Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm Mark, this is Spiguyver Backpacking, and today we are out in the woods to take a look at a new product. It is something that I've wanted. I didn't know I wanted it until I got it, and then I knew I wanted it. But I know that it's something that you guys have been interested in and looking forward to because I've seen the posts, I've seen you guys online talking about it, and so this is what we're going to be talking about today. So what is this? Well, this is a hammock from Dutchware gear that, well, the name of it just recently was released. This is the Hellbender. I knew that this might be the name of it, and Dutch had posted asking if anybody had any ideas for the name, but it seems like he settled on Hellbender as the name. So why don't we go ahead and get this thing set up so we can talk about what this is and why it is so cool and why it is something that I wanted and needed. Didn't know I did, but I did. So let's get it up. So this is it. This is the hammock you've all been waiting for. It's the hammock that I didn't know I was waiting for, but I was waiting for. This is the Hellbender. So how did I end up getting into this one? Well, if you guys remember back a few weeks ago, I did a video where I went and did a tour of Dutch's shop. Prior to that, I had actually reached out to him because I had gotten finally out backpacking after the shoulder surgery, was kind of feeling like, hey, let's see what I can do. Got into the Banyan, and while there was a little bit of shoulder squeeze there, I wasn't that uncomfortable. And so I was like, you know what? I think it's time to try a gathered end again. And I'd had a lot of people reach out to me and ask me if I was going to do a review of the Quilted chameleon. You know, I had gotten one of the very first chameleons from Dutch and did the review way back and showed it off when I was at HangCon, probably, I don't know, 5 years ago now. Maybe it was more than that. I can't actually remember. It was a long time ago. But he said, actually, I've got something else in the work that I'd like you to take a look at. And while I was there at Dutchware Gear, I got to go behind closed doors when I couldn't take you guys in their top secret area, and I got to see this hammock. So this hammock is the number one of this line. So of the Hellbenders, this is the first one produced, and Dutch didn't keep it for himself. It came home with me. I've got the tag inside that shows it is number one. This one actually is a 0 degree. So this one has a lot of nice downy goodness down here, but it's got that Dobby polyester nylon fabric that is downproof. And so what's cool about these, this one being the Hellbender and the Chameleon, for the quilted versions, they have the underquilt sewn right into the hammock body. And when you open it up, you can actually see that the quilt is sewn right in because you can actually see the seams in there. And that's really a cool design because it keeps you from having to have a second layer of fabric. It's going to keep the weight down, but it also keeps it right up against you. There is 0 chance of there being an air gap between you and your underquilt, which that is a huge deal for staying warm. And that's why, you know, there have been other quilted hammocks that I have tested and shown you guys in the past, but there's always a chance, a small chance, but a chance that there could be a gap in there. And I've actually experienced that in the past. This, there is no chance because it is sewn right into it and it is right up against you. So you're going to be warm no matter what. I'll talk more about the features of this and what gets into it, but I want you guys to know that, like, I got this one night in it, one single night in it. And I had called back to Dutch and I said, okay, I've got this 0 degree. Please make me a 40 degree. I want to buy a 40 degree from you because this is so comfortable. I need to be in a gathered end from now on. Getting in one of these is going to drop your weight. So, you know, I, with the shoulder issues, had gone to using bridges almost exclusively. Well, pretty much exclusively. But there's a sacrifice when you go to a bridge. While they can be roomy and they can be very comfortable and give you the lay that you want, they also come with a weight penalty. You've got to have spreader bars. They're a little bit more tricky to set up. You've got to have a bigger tarp. You've got to carry a little bit more stuff. For me, there was some rigging to keep the underquilts up and tight to you. So going with something like this really, really cuts down on the weight. Plus, this versus a regular underquilt, well, there's only one side, again, because you only need the fabric down here to hold the down to the actual hammock. So you don't have that. You don't have the suspension holding it up. You don't have the extra fabric that's there for the other side and to take up that extra room. And you don't have to have additional insulation that comes all the way to the edge. It is cut to your lay angle. So I lay head right, foot left. And so that's the way this one is cut and filled. And so you don't need any insulation over here because I don't lay over here. My feet will never be over here. And so I don't need that insulation. So if you are adapting a different quilt to a hammock, you're going to have areas where you don't need the insulation, but you're insulating your hammock. With this, that weight is gone. I don't need it, so it's not there. I only have exactly what I need when it comes to the insulation that I need. This one is a little bit heavier just because of the build. 0 degree, top cover, moonlight. But what I really like, and I didn't know I needed it until I got it, was this spreader bar. So this little tiny spreader bar that's on here does wonders for opening this up. You open it up, you go to sit in it, and it just stays open for you. Look, you've got this, it's up off of you, it's not in my face. I lay in here and it's just kind of, it's keeping it open. You know, I could lay down the middle of this if I'm just lounging at some point and the hammock doesn't close in on me because this spreader bar keeps it open. Very, very cool feature that I know a couple of other people recently had mentioned, you know, they did not know they needed that until they got it. Same with me. Did not know I needed it. Now that I've got it, it is a great feature. Wouldn't have guessed it, but now that I've got it, I love it. So let's take a closer look at the way this is put on there. So you can see that it is just the outer layer that you've got the fabric on. Inside of here is the insulation, and it is sewn directly into this body. Like I said, if you look inside, you can actually see the seams. And I was kind of curious, do you feel those seams when you're laying in there? Is that uncomfortable? And the honest answer is you don't notice them at all. You get in there and you just are laying in there. Nothing that's going to detract you from laying in it, nothing that's going to be uncomfortable. It goes high enough on both ends to really give you that full coverage. So I did elect for the full top cover on this one. This one is going to be the winter setup, and then the 40 degree is going to be my summer and shoulder season setup. And it's going to allow me to go really lightweight. Those of you who have watched this channel for a long time know that, like, my earlier videos were very much about ultralight backpacking, ultralight hammocking, and getting back to that, being able to get out with a gathered end that's got the integrated quilt and be able to go lightweight again is going to be really exciting to me. Additionally, with not having to go with the bridge, I'm not going to have to carry the bigger tarps, and so I'm going to be able to get away with the smaller tarp that gives me the coverage that I need. So these are available. Like I was saying, you can get it with this top cover, with the moonlight that can be unzipped. You know, you can unzip this so that the entire top area is bug net, or you can close this completely up. It can be zipped completely off, so you can just get rid of that and just have it as a bug net above you. Or you can get the entire thing as a bug net. What is different with this one than the Chameleon is that you only have one side entry. You go with a lighter weight zipper here, and it's only on the one side, so you can only get in and out one side. The top cover, if you elect for the top cover or you elect for the bug net, doesn't unzip, doesn't come off, and so you can't swap them back and forth. It's not nearly as modular as something like the Chameleon. So if you're going to select one that you're going to go kind of back and forth between shoulder season, summer, winter, and you want to go with a top quilt or a top cover sometimes and a bug net other times, the Chameleon is probably your answer. But if you're looking for something that's lightweight, quick, get you out on the trail, get things done, specific to what you're doing, this one's going to be it. It's definitely going to be lighter. You don't have the zipper all the way around. Like I said, it's a lighter weight zipper. Yeah, it's just the right thing. But what really is a unique feature of this one that Dutch showed me when I was laying in it in his shop is that the cut of this one is a little bit different, and it actually creates a foot box and a head box so that you're laying much flatter, much less shoulder squeeze, and you just get a very, very comfortable lay. So I'm gonna get in it, show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so as I get in it, what you'll notice is that there is a nice spot that opens up over here for my feet and for my head area. And I don't know if you can tell from there, but my shoulders are not being squeezed at all. It is pretty wide open, and my feet aren't even being pushed together. They're kind of, you know, my heels are allowed to be a little bit separated here, and I don't have the perfect lay right now. I think for me, foot end is a little bit higher than what I would normally go with, but for your viewing purposes, I don't know if you can see it. Let me actually change the angle. All right, so as I get in here, what you'll notice is that I don't have shoulder squeeze. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it from this angle. We'll readjust so that you definitely can, but I also wanna show you just kind of how, you can even see it as I'm sitting here. There's like a recess over here where your feet go in, and it almost forms like a little pocket over there. You can definitely tell right now, my feet are not being forced together. It's just really, really nice. Over here, I've kind of got a lot of room for my shoulders. We'll take another look at that, but right now, just look at that, how it kind of droops down, gives me that room right there for my feet. That is something that none of my other gathered end hammocks really do. Now for me, getting back into a gathered end hammock, it was really important that if I was gonna do it, it had to be comfortable for me. It had to be something that didn't give me a ton of shoulder squeeze. And that's why I had really elected to go with all of the bridges that I've been using. But the weekend before getting in this, I went out and I used the Banyan. I have more shoulder squeeze in the Banyan than I have in this. I don't know if you can see right here, but I am laying pretty flat in here. It is not really pulling my shoulders up too much. Sure, any gathered end you're gonna have a little bit, but there is so much less in this one than what I normally experience in a gathered end. You know, you can move around, try and find that right spot. I'm gonna tell you right now, instantly laying in here, that warmth of that 0 degree, it's like 70 degrees out right now. So I definitely don't need a 0 degree right now, but that warmth is instant. And it's something that when you're cold, you're gonna love. It's just there. It's not gonna move. It's not going anywhere. There's not gonna be a draft coming in between. It's there. So one very cool feature of this hammock on this tag right here, temperature 0, fill 850, serial number 1. You see, I see that? Serial number 1, very first one. I am honored that they trusted me to take this, have this, and yeah, I am sold, absolutely sold on the way that this thing feels, the way that it works. And like I said, 40 degree is in works for me. So as soon as that one's ready, that's gonna be what I start rocking for the summer. Got a lot of trips coming up, and now that it's warming up, this one's gonna have to go into storage because 0 degree, it just probably isn't gonna work for a while. All right, so there you guys go. This is the new hammock from Dutchware Gear, the Hellbender. Insulated, asymmetric hammock with a head box, a foot box. Can either come with the winter cover or a bug net. Zipper on one side only, much lighter weight. I don't actually know what the weight of this one or what the lighter weight ones will be. I'll have to work on getting you some of that information, but I will tell you that I am sold on the way that this one sleeps. Like I said, one night in it, just the first night, slept great. I went out, you guys saw the video, I talked about it, but I couldn't show you exactly what I was sleeping in. I kept the tarp on it so you guys couldn't see, but slept great in it. First night out in a gathered end after the shoulder surgery. Today's just past 3 months from the total shoulder replacement. It was like 2 months out from a total shoulder replacement. I got into a gathered end hammock. It was this one, and I slept like a baby. Normally, first night out on the trail, I sleep like crap. So the fact that I was in a gathered end, 2 months out from surgery, and I slept great the first night out, That is saying something. I can't say enough good things about this. Can't wait to get the 40 degree so I can get out, do a little bit more. So looking forward to that. And I hope you guys keep coming back, checking out what's going on, seeing more of the adventures that are going on this summer. And questions, comments, leave them down below. Go check out Dutch's site. I believe that this goes live today. So get on it. Don't sleep. I'll see you guys down the trail. Thanks.